Watermelon farming on a real agricultural farm begins with proper land selection, because this crop depends heavily on soil health, drainage, and sunlight. Farmers choose open fields with full sun exposure throughout the day, avoiding shaded or low-lying areas where water can collect. The soil must be sandy loam or loamy, rich in organic matter and well-drained, because watermelon roots spread widely and rot easily in standing water. Before any physical work begins, soil testing is conducted to measure pH and nutrient levels. A slightly acidic to neutral pH is ideal, and based on test results, farmers plan nutrient correction in advance. Once land is selected, field cleaning starts. All previous crop residue, weeds, bushes, and unwanted plants are removed. In large farms, tractors with cutters or rotavators are used to clear the surface efficiently. Thick weeds and grass roots are removed completely so they do not regrow and compete for nutrients. After cleaning, the field is plowed deeply using heavy tractors. Deep plowing breaks compact soil layers, improves aeration, and allows watermelon roots to grow freely. The field is plowed 2 to 3 times in different directions to achieve fine soil tilth. After plowing, organic matter is added generously. Well-decomposed farmyard manure or compost is spread evenly across the field. This improves soil fertility, water-holding capacity, and microbial activity. The manure is mixed into the soil using rotavators, ensuring nutrients are evenly distributed. At this stage, farmers may also apply basal doses of phosphorus and potassium to strengthen early root development. The field is then leveled slightly to maintain uniform irrigation flow. Irrigation planning is done before planting. Watermelon farms usually use drip irrigation or furrow irrigation, depending on farm size and water availability. In modern farms, drip systems are preferred because they save water and deliver moisture directly to the root zone. Main pipelines are laid along the field, with lateral lines placed along planting rows. Drip emitters are tested to ensure uniform flow. A reliable water source such as canal water, tube well, or bore well is essential because watermelon requires consistent moisture during early growth. Seed preparation is another critical step. Farmers select certified hybrid or open-pollinated watermelon seeds based on market demand and climate suitability. Seeds are treated with fungicides or bioagents to protect against soil-borne diseases. In many farms, seedlings are raised in nursery trays or polybags instead of direct seeding. Nursery preparation allows better plant survival and uniform growth. Seeds are sown in trays filled with sterile growing media and kept in protected conditions with controlled watering. Planting time depends on local climate. In most regions, watermelon is planted in warm seasons when frost risk is completely gone. Seedlings are transplanted into the field when they have 2 to 3 true leaves. Raised beds or ridges are prepared to improve drainage. Spacing is carefully maintained to allow vines to spread freely. During transplanting, seedlings are handled gently to avoid root damage. Immediately after planting, irrigation is applied to help plants settle into the soil. Mulching is often applied after planting. Farmers use plastic mulch or organic mulch to conserve moisture, suppress weeds, and regulate soil temperature. Plastic mulch also improves fruit cleanliness and early growth. Holes are cut precisely where plants are placed, and drip lines run beneath the mulch. This setup creates an ideal microclimate for young watermelon plants. This initial phase lays the foundation for the entire watermelon crop. Proper soil preparation, irrigation planning, and healthy seedlings determine how well the plants will grow, flower, and produce fruit. Every step is based on real farm practices used worldwide, ensuring strong plant establishment and preparing the field for the next critical growth stage. Watermelon plants enter a rapid vegetative growth phase where vine development becomes the main priority. Within a few weeks, vines begin spreading across the soil surface, producing large leaves that help capture sunlight for photosynthesis. Farmers closely monitor plant color and leaf size, as these indicate nutrient balance. During this stage, irrigation is applied frequently but in controlled amounts. Overwatering is avoided because excess moisture encourages fungal diseases and weak root systems. Fertilization during vine growth is carefully timed. Nitrogen is supplied in moderate doses to promote healthy leaf and vine expansion. But farmers avoid excess nitrogen because it leads to excessive vegetative growth and poor fruiting later. Phosphorus continues to support root strength, while potassium begins to prepare plants for flowering. Micronutrients such as boron, magnesium, and zinc are applied in small quantities if deficiencies appear. Weeds compete aggressively for nutrients and moisture, especially in wide-spreading crops like watermelon. Chemical herbicides are used cautiously and only in early stages if necessary. As vines spread, the crop itself suppresses weed growth by shading the soil surface. Pest monitoring becomes more frequent as the canopy thickens. Common pests include aphids, whiteflies, thrips, and leaf miners. Proper air circulation, balanced irrigation, and preventive fungicide sprays help reduce risk. Farmers avoid wetting foliage during irrigation and ensure fields are well drained. Any infected plants are removed promptly to prevent disease spread. As plants mature, flowering begins. Watermelon produces separate male and female flowers on the same plant. Pollination is essential for fruit set and is mainly carried out by bees and other insects. To protect pollinators, farmers avoid spraying pesticides during flowering hours. Vine direction is sometimes managed manually to prevent overcrowding and to allow fruits to rest properly on the soil or mulch. Farmers walk the fields daily, checking vine health, flower development, and early fruit formation. Each adjustment in water, nutrients, and pest control directly affects final yield and fruit quality. This careful management sets the stage for successful fruit growth and prepares the crop for the final maturation phase. After successful pollination, watermelon fruits begin rapid enlargement, marking the most critical stage of the crop cycle. During this period, fruits draw large quantities of water and nutrients, and farmers adjust irrigation carefully to maintain consistent soil moisture. Drip irrigation cycles are extended slightly, allowing deeper moisture penetration while preventing surface waterlogging. Sudden water stress is strictly avoided, as it can cause fruit cracking, poor size development, and reduced sweetness. Mulching continues to play a key role by keeping fruits clean, reducing soil contact, and maintaining stable soil temperature. Nutrient management during fruit growth focuses heavily on potassium, which directly influences sugar accumulation, firmness, and rind strength. Calcium and magnesium are supplied to prevent internal breakdown and blossom end disorders. Fertilizers are delivered through fertigation or side dressing in precise amounts. Nitrogen is kept low to prevent excessive vine growth that could shade fruits and reduce sugar concentration. Farmers closely observe leaf color and vine strength to fine-tune feeding schedules. As fruits increase in size, vine and fruit positioning becomes important. Farmers gently turn fruits to ensure uniform shape and color while avoiding damage to the stem. In some farms, straw or plastic sheets are placed beneath fruits to prevent direct soil contact and reduce rot risk. Regular field inspections continue to monitor pests such as fruit flies, ants, and beetles. Protective measures are applied only when necessary, maintaining a balance between crop protection and environmental safety. Disease prevention remains a priority during this stage. Fungal diseases can spread rapidly under humid conditions, especially after rainfall. Farmers ensure proper airflow between plants and apply preventive fungicides when weather conditions favor disease development. Infected vines or fruits are removed immediately to protect the remaining crop. Sanitation across the field is maintained strictly. Fruit maturity assessment is a skill developed through experience. Farmers observe several indicators rather than relying on a single sign. The ground spot where the fruit touches the soil changes from white to creamy yellow. The fruit rind develops a dull appearance instead of a glossy shine. Tendrils near the fruit stem dry and turn brown, signaling physiological maturity. When tapped, ripe watermelons produce a deep, hollow sound. Harvest timing is critical, as watermelons do not ripen further after picking. Harvesting is done manually to avoid damage. Workers use sharp knives to cut fruits from the vine, leaving a short stem attached. Fruits are handled carefully to prevent bruising. Harvesting is usually done early in the morning or late afternoon to reduce heat stress. Picked fruits are placed gently on padded surfaces or loaded onto trailers lined with straw or foam. Post-harvest handling begins immediately. Fruits are cleaned to remove soil and debris, then sorted by size, weight, and quality. Damaged or cracked fruits are separated for local sale or processing. Healthy fruits are stacked carefully in shaded areas to prevent sunburn. Proper ventilation is maintained during temporary storage. Transportation is planned to minimize mechanical injury. Trucks are loaded carefully, avoiding excessive stacking. In commercial operations, fruits may be packed in crates or cartons depending on market requirements. Temperature management during transport is important to maintain freshness and sweetness. Yield depends on variety, management, and climate. Well-managed farms achieve high-quality production with uniform fruit size and excellent sweetness. Successful watermelon farming is the result of precise planning, constant observation, and timely action at every stage. From land preparation to harvest, each step contributes to producing healthy, market-ready fruits that meet commercial standards and consumer expectations.